Okay, back with everything you need to know about lupus. No, you cannot catch it. It is not contagious. Now let's give you a little insight. I have lupus. I've been suffering for quite a few years. It took them a while to diagnose it. It took them too long to diagnose it. So, let me explain to you some of the challenges facing people like me. Complications of the nervous system. Lupus can affect both the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system. Both are quite complex and affect functionally differently. The peripheral nervous system concerns itself with nerves that go to the extremities, originating from the spinal cord. The spinal cord comes from the brain. Anything outside the brain and spinal cord is a part of the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is contained in the brain and the spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system complications usually produce numbness and tingling, and later overt weakness of limb. In the central nervous system, symptoms can include anything from a headache to a coma. Central nervous system disease can also result in paralysis of a limb or several extremities, depending on where the lesion is located. Lesions in the brain due to the central nervous system lupus can affect defective speech, vision, loss of sensation, temperature sense, and vibration sense, among other effects. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I want you all to know this real quick. What is lupus psychosis? Lupus psychosis is a severe behavioral abnormality that it is a severe form of lupus of the brain. It causes the patients to behave very strangely. It can result in significant disability. It is necessary to place lupus psychosis patients on medication to control their behavior. There do not seem to be any real physical changes to the brain to account for the lupus psychosis. Maybe chemical changes. As with any other disease, lupus affects the nervous system can become a target for antigen for lupus antibodies. When antibodies attack the brain, cirrhosis or inflammation of the brain usually result. The flow of white cells and other debris-moving cells causing damage to the brain. Lupus affects the peripheral nervous system in less than 5% of patients, and it affects central nervous system complications in lupus are more commonly than originally thought. The brain is directly affected in about 25% of all cases. However, behavioral, non-organic, or disease of the brain can occur in a much higher percentages. 70% of people with SLE. There's just so many things that can happen to a person because of this disease. And it's important to know that when someone is acting strange, you just don't know who the fuck you are. And they should. There's a reason for it. Do people with lupus get headaches? And a lot of them? Yes. We sure freaking do. How are the headaches treated? Well, let me tell you something. Sometimes they're treated by very good doctors. Other times the doctors look at you like you're just trying to get drugs. Well, you're not. Seizures are caused in lupus. There's a lot of things that can be caused, like my speech. Sometimes I just don't know how to say things or what to say or how to explain what I'm thinking. And then again, there's right here. I want you to pay very close attention to this. Why do many people with lupus experience memory problems, ranging from forgetfulness to memory loss? Well, crap happens. And down here, what causes cognitive impairments other than memory loss, such as attention span or concentrational difficulties? Well, there's a lot of things that cause that crap, but you know what? They freaking suck. Some studies have suggested a connection between lupus and learning disabilities such as dyslexia. Well, yep, that's about right, because I have lupus and I definitely have dyslexia. What else here? That's blood complications. We don't really need to get in that. I'm more interested in the behavioral problems. One thing that I don't understand here is it says right here, people experience a decrease in the number of white cells counts. Well, all my blood work has ever showed is high white cells. So I'm not exactly unsure what that actually does or what it doesn't do, but just really sucks, don't it? Now I just know that sometimes my crap's a little different than everybody else's, but symptoms range depending on who people is. You get a lot of bruising very easily with lupus. There's just so many things that you get here with lupus, and it's fucking awful. It really is awful. Digestive complications, you know what? I don't know how many people, how many doctors I told that right after I eat, I shit. Nobody believes me, but it happens. I'm just reproductive symptoms really sucks because I have a tumor on my ovaries right now, and well, I'm not gonna be a woman much longer, so shit happens, right? And all right, I'm not lazy. I'm tired. All right, look right there. So it says fatigue. People with lupus need to freaking sleep. We just need our sleep. We need way more hours than regular people. Like, for example, the advice here is to get 14 hours sleep a day. Honestly, why is lupus such a painful disease? It's painful because I'm swollen and people want to try to sit there and look at me and make me feel like I'm patient zero, thinking I'm infected, like dumbass coworkers who want to bitch to the boss that I could be contagious. Well, closed-minded people like that and people who treat me differently, look at me differently, or just don't understand or make me feel like I'm ugly when I'm not, just irritates me. So, yeah. Keep watching because I'm going to make sure my entire treatment of this, I'm going to make sure y'all know all about it. And, I'm going to show you exactly how them doctors treat people when, you know what? The fact that this should have been found a long time ago. 5 years I have been dealing with these symptoms. And all the information is right here. 5 years. I've been told I'm crazy and I'm nuts and I need to go see a specialist or go to a nut hut or go see a mental person or counselor. 5 years. And you know what? I act strangely. I say strange shit and I forget who the hell you are. But that doesn't mean I need to go see a mental health person and get put on drugs that make me feel like a zombie. And no, for all you assholes out there who think I'm patient zero, I'm not, and you cannot catch it. I'm not contagious. It's hereditary.